Day one, and they already sent me to fix wires and electrical. Typical. I swear I heard something move in there, but the cam showed nothing. I told myself it was just my nerves, but something felt wrong. I started fixing the wires, trying not to look at the vent. Just fix it, in and out. Then I saw it. A shape in the reflection standing behind me. But when I turned, nothing. Just a cold hum of wires. Okay, maybe I imagined it. Then bam, the light surged back on. Oh, what the? The vent was open, and something had definitely come out. I didn't run, but I didn't stay either. Not today, nope. I thought about reporting it, but what would I even say? Hey Blue, did you see anything weird on cams? Blue just shrugged like nothing happened. Electrical, nah, just static. Every hallway felt darker now, like something was watching. This ship's too quiet. I swear, I heard the scanner beep, but no one was there. That's when I knew, whatever it wasn't following the rules. Imposters don't leave claw marks. I didn't see it, but I felt it, like it was just a step behind me. I checked the cams. Nothing. Then electrical. There, you were real. I knew it, but still no body. No imposter. Just that vent, like it knew. I almost hit the button, but I stopped myself. You gonna push that or just stare at it? I walked away. I didn't need proof. I already knew. Something else is down there, and it's not one of us. This was just day one, and something tells me it's only just begun. Would you trust a crewmate who spilled beans on the reactor console? Tell us in the comments, shall we? Day 2. The universe is vast. Our tasks are important. I had beans for breakfast. Breakfast of champions. That's when it happened. The moment that would change everything. No. I had to clean it fast. Before anyone found out. Before the beans spread. Why do you smell like chili? Bad news. Reactor panels hate bean juice. This is fine. Totally fine. That's when Green walked in. I knew what this looked like. Did you just sabotage us with beans? Okay, so maybe it looked a little suspicious. It wasn't sabotage. It was nutritional overflow. And of course, Green hit the button. He fed the reactor beans. The crew looked at me like I was insane, or worse, hungry. Is that even a real sabotage method? They were going to eject me for snacks that weren't even good. Chili beans are so sus. But then a miracle. Who the heck spilled my lunch? I'd never seen black mad before. It was terrifying. You touched my bean stash. Just like that, the vote ended. They knew. It wasn't sabotage. It was lunch theft. I got off with a warning. And a punishment worse than ejection. You clean every drop, even the dried ones. Now they monitor all food containers. And I'm banned from legumes. I miss flavor. Strange thing is someone still left beans in electrical the next day. Is the bean ghost real? And just like that, the rumors began. Okay, nope. I'm out. To stop the panic, I introduced a solution. We seal all beans in triple vacuum sealed lockers. We started treating canned goods like nuclear material. If this leaks again, I'm ejecting someone. But some crewmates never learn. Just one spoon. No one will know. Sometimes I think the beans are moving on their own. This is how it begins. And if that's true, we may already be too late. The galaxy won't end with lasers or explosions. It'll end with lunch. After the bean incident, morale was low. We needed unity, strength, hope, and what better way to restore faith than pizza? It was time to invoke the emergency pizza protocol. Today, we feast for morale. But there was one problem. Why is it locked? Turns out, The pizza was password protected. Try cheese alert 69. So we began the hunt for the code. Why would someone write a pizza password on a used bandage? The vault was set to self-destruct if we failed. I didn't sign up for a pizza heist. We tried everything: rerouting power, decoding ancient crust instructions. Why does this wire smell like marinara? I even consulted the stars. Did that pepperoni just move? Then we found the footage. Is he summoning a pizza demon? And then Yellow remembered something. Something horrible. I think I changed the code to my birthday. None of us knew Yellow's birthday. Does anyone even know Yellow's real name? We tried every possible birthday, even invented a few. Try for 20th. He seems like a 420th guy. We even tried hacking the pizza protocol through the ship's core. If this melts the crust, we'll all be toast. I tried scanning his memories. Why is your brain shaped like a calzone? Morale was at an all-time low. We'd gone 37 minutes without food. I can smell the cheese. It's taunting me. And then Yellow remembered something again. Wait. It might have been 12:34. We were stunned. Could this finally be? Wait. Was that a guess or a memory? We held our breath as green entered the sacred numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. It opened. We saw heaven. We became animals. Get off my pepperoni. Red. We lost good crewmates that day. To lactose. I told you I was lactose intolerant. Medical confirmed pizza overdose. But we had no regrets. Tell my crust. I loved her. We agreed never to speak of it again. Except for every single day after. We made history. And thus ended day 3. The pizza protocol succeeded. But at what cost? I'm ordering salad next time. Sometimes genius looks like madness, and sometimes it just looks like Yellow. Alright, phase 1. Confuse the imposter by confusing ourselves. I've seen vending machines with more logic. Why is there a banana drone fighting a toaster? My brain hurts, and we haven't even started. Is this a battle plan or a pizza recipe? We followed the plan. That was a real mistake. Guys, I think I just circled the same vent 3 times. Yellow said this boosts chaotic frequency. Whatever that means. You rewired the same socket 5 times. All I see is chaos pure. Beautiful chaos. I think someone's flossing in medbay. They've truly lost it, okay? That's not medically accurate. Yellow's bonding with the electronics again. Please, accept me on the first try. And now we've turned on each other. I vote Yellow, hands down. Time to bring the plan full circle. Emergency meeting. The plan worked. I'm confused too. Nobody even knows who we were sussing. Wait, who was the imposter again? They're too unpredictable. I'm outmatched. I fear them. We replaced logic with lava. It was an upgrade. Touch the floor and you're sus. We achieved peak surveillance, according to a toddler. Now the ship watches back. We couldn't fix the lights, so we summoned them. Fuse spirits, we summon thee. If you can't beat them, vibe with them. This is tactical grooving. I came here to deceive, but they've already deceived themselves. Even I wouldn't vent right now. This ship needs a therapist. Balance is key. If I can't trust you, I can at least rank you. Yellow is definitely chaotic neutral. Every task is a gamble now. Why did it land on dance break again? We have nothing left to lose, except maybe more brain cells. If you press it again, I'm ejecting myself. I surrender to madness. They win. I'm out. A mutiny was brewing. Under sparkling lights. We need to stop him before he sterilizes the oxygen. Purple's obsession with purity had crossed the line. He's disinfecting the vending machine, with a laser. What began as hygiene had turned into holy war. The bacteria on these buttons, unholy. A line had been crossed. There was no going back. He's cleansing us next. The resistance had begun Operation Anti-Sanitize. We lure him to medbay, then smother him in soda. He followed the scent of unsterilized fear. Medbay, more like germ bay. The cafeteria became ground zero for taste but terrorism. It smells like bleach and spaghetti. Purple had declared war on bacteria and flavor. If it doesn't burn your eyes, is it even clean? Lunch was cancelled due to contamination. My sandwich had died clean. Something had to be done, or soon even the chairs would be sterilized. It's time we take back the table. It was cleaner versus chaos. Only one side could emerge mostly germ-free. I warn you all, cleanliness is not optional. Red had finally had enough. If I'm going down, I'm taking someone with me. And just like that total chaos, everyone vote red. In space, no one can hear your emergency meetings, except when they're loud. I still think it was the banana. This was the part in every crewmate's life where he questioned everything. But I just wanted pancakes. Red was ejected, but the cafeteria felt emptier than usual. Can we still eat these? Or is that sus? The plan was falling apart, just like the ship's wiring. I think I rewired Blue's Spotify playlist. Operation Silent Reboot was anything but silent. Fear not, for I have consulted the Holy Manual. They needed answers. What they got was, whatever this was. Behold, the glove of power. The truth was in the vents. But so were crumbs and regrets. Why does our fuel smell like fruit salad? Everything had led to this. One button, 6 suspects, 0 logic. Push it, red, for science. Accusations flew, logic died. But someone had to go. If I'm the imposter, then why am I this dramatic? Because that's exactly what an imposter would say. Drawn it, proved it, vote him. I request trial by rock, paper, scissors. It was the 6th day, and something had woken up in the vents. Guys, is the vent humming? The vent gurgled like a stomach with unfinished business. And the purple fog, that was new. It's haunted. I knew cleaning the vents would unleash ghost gunk. From the belly of the beast came an offering. The cursed breakfast. Perhaps, did the vent just snack and burp? Operation Vent investigation was officially underway, led by a crew armed with fear, duct tape, and maybe a bit too much imagination. No one's opening that can until we vote who's dumb enough to try it. When logic fails, democracy prevails. Unfortunately, the crewmates had neither. I volunteer. I have a stomach of steel and regret nothing. Red was mapping their route. Left to O2, straight to weapons. Then boom, lunch. Yellow bravely stepped into the most cursed room on the ship. Don't worry guys, I've watched for tutorials on this. The others watched from the hallway, from a very safe distance. Statistically, this is how horror movies start. If he screams, we run. No questions. And then, the lights went out again. Oh come on, this place has one job. Quick, sanitation flashlights. Chaos, pure jelly bean chaos. Who touched what? It was already like this when I got here. The emergency lights kicked in. Everyone looked at each other and realized one terrifying thing. Wait a second. Where's Yellow? He wasn't gone. He was just dramatically unavailable. Guys, slight vent issue here. Vent issue. We're not even allowed in there. Rescue mission number 38 was underway. Pull on 3. Pull on 3. 1, 2, wait, is it pull on 3 or after 3? Yellow came out like a projectile jelly bean missile. I regret all my career choices. I saw a snack wrapper down there. No imposters, no sabotage. Just another peaceful meltdown. Next time, we hire a technician or a therapist. The crew survived. The ship did not. So, a lunch. The only thing more broken than the pipes was morale. How is everything leaking? This is space. I blame Purple. He touched everything. Surveillance was now just aesthetic. Look, the cameras are all showing different dimensions. That's the mirror filter. I was testing something. Health scan. 99% fine. 1% emotionally unstable. Your vitals are great. Want to trade juice for chips? I just want a refund on today. A group therapy session disguised as a meeting. Guys, let's promise no more drama tomorrow. Agreed. Just normal spaceship things. Peace. At last. Until someone drops the ketchup bottle. Oops, not again. Day 6. The crewmates live to see another mess. Who gave him condiment privileges? It was supposed to be a normal task day, but chaos was already brewing before breakfast. Why are there wires in my coffee? Better question. Why is my coffee in the medbay? Who moved the fuel next to the spaghetti? Spaghetti? I thought that was electrical cable. We're doomed. I'll fix the lights. You're holding a sandwich, not a screwdriver. Should we shoot asteroids first or eat the cookies first? Cookies, obviously. And that's how the asteroid alarm got ignored for 17 minutes. Why is the cleaning bot chasing me? It thinks you're a banana peel. The cafeteria became a slow-motion battlefield. Trays and juice pouches drifting like lazy meteors. Who turned off gravity? Red had never been graceful in 0G. This was no exception. I'm not panicking. Improvised space combat, cafeteria edition. Stay back. This tray is armed. While chaos reigned, someone was enjoying the view. Perfect distraction. The first finger was pointed, and not in friendship. Hey, what are you doing up there? Don't touch that wire. Which one? They all look dangerous. Relax. I think I know which one explodes. A red? Was it the blue wire or the green wire? Neither. Drop them. No. Keep holding them. It's educational. I can't see anything. I think I fixed it. If the ship explodes, that means no. Yellow. Well, at least no one died. Yet, give it 5 minutes. Okay, who almost turned the ship into a toaster? Not me. Technically, it was teamwork. All right, prove you're not sus. Step on the scanner. What if I am sus? Do I still get scanned? That's not how it works. We're doomed. Warning. Subject is suspiciously suspicious. See, even the scanner thinks I'm interesting. No, it thinks you're the imposter. Told you, doomed. Blue, keep an eye on yellow. If I blink and we all die, it's your fault. Relax. I'm just here to rewire. He said that in the creepiest way possible. What's that in camera 3? Nothing good. Probably me going for a snack. Or our imminent doom. Okay, I'll go check. Famous last words. Want me to come? No. Stay. Far away. All right. We wait. And hope Purple gets bored. Or gets distracted by the snack machine. If he eats my chips, we're doomed anyway. Who says mutiny can't be tasty? The cafeteria smelled like betrayal and slightly expired soda. All right, who dumped all the chips into the air vent? Oh, those vent seasoning. That's not even a thing. There are imposters among us. But right now, the mob was the real suspect. Purple, why do you look like you're about to start a cleaning dictatorship? Because I am. Hunger makes even the bravest crewmates crack. It's official. Purple snack sabotage is working. We need a counter-snack plan. But every hallway hides a secret. Purple, why does the hallway smell like lemon cleaner and fear? Trade secret. And so, the great mutiny meeting of day 8 began. So who's our leader? Obviously me. I have the mop. These wires look like someone braided them in the dark. Maybe they did on purpose. I swear if I get shocked again, I'm suing. If I hear one more box fall, I'm ejecting myself. That sounds like an imposter confession. No, that sounds like Tuesday on this ship. Was that a thud? Or someone fainting? Either way, we keep moving. I vote we don't keep moving. Do we call the meeting or just let chaos happen? Let chaos happen. More fun. Finally, someone gets it. There, that shadow moved. That's just the camera glitching. Or the imposter moonwalking. Why does it look like a raccoon went through here? Correction, like green went through here. Hey, I was reorganizing. Bad news, there's spaghetti in the reactor. Spaghetti? That's not in any maintenance manual. It's not just spaghetti. It's boiling. I don't like where this is going. Me neither, but it smelled kind of good. Oh no, it's overflowing. One wrong move and we'll have pasta on the ceiling. I already hate this day. Dinner's ready. We're so getting ejected for this. Worth it. I'm telling you. Blue. The scanner is lying. Machines don't lie. Red. You do. Can someone just use it so we can leave? BEP clear. C. Innocent. Like a blueberry pie. Or poisoned blueberry pie. Please stop saying pie. You're making me hungry. Why is everyone in medbay? Is there free candy? No. They're doing scans. Scans? Oh, I thought that was a giant pizza oven. Fine. But if it says I'm guilty, I'm suing the scanner. You can't sue a scanner, Red. Actually, I think you can. If it steals your lunch. ERROR subject unknown. What does that mean? It means Red's not even human. Cool. Can I be not human too? Okay. Nobody moved. The imposter's definitely in here. How do you know that? Because I can smell betrayal. That's just the burning wires. Totally unrelated. Definitely not me. You just made it more suspicious. Run for the button. Why are we running if we're innocent? Panic is contagious. No time. Feet first. Logic later. Perfect. Just the way I planned. Who do you think is the imposter this time? Drop your funniest guess in the comments. Who made this? Not me. I don't even know how to cook. It's moving. By itself. I think it's alive. Or it's just really fresh. Or it's the imposter's lunch. Okay, no food should do that. I told you. It's haunted. What if it's friendly? It's escaping. We can't let it get to the vents. Someone grab a fork. Cut it off before it vents. This is the weirdest emergency meeting ever. Come back, squishy friend. Oh, I almost got it. Careful. It's slippery. Not today, goo. Fork delivery. This feels like a bad cooking show. MMF. Get it off. It's choosing its host. Don't panic. It's probably just hugging. Or is it summoning something? Do blobs have friends? Not if we eat them first. It evolved. We are so doomed. I still think it's cute. Nobody move. It's staring at us. It doesn't have eyes. Run. It's faster than it looks. This is why I hate dessert. It's got range. Don't let it touch you. Too late. Hold still. It's pulling my suit. Don't rip the suit. Or is this its mating call? Don't even joke about that. We might have a bigger problem. That's not just the blob. Something's moving under us. That's bad ship design. It has babies. I told you not to joke about mating calls. Not helping. Yellow? Can't see. Can't see. Shake it off. What is this? Space dodgeball. It's like jelly with revenge. I liked it better when it was on toast. Less talking, more running. Oh great. Now it's super jelly. Oh great. Now it's super jelly. We're officially doomed. Not before lunch. We're not. It's gaining on us. Run faster. My legs are already cartoon smoke. Okay, new plan. Step 1. Don't die. Step 2. I'm open to suggestions. It was supposed to be a quiet lunch in the cafeteria until the food started fighting back. Who ordered the spaghetti that can throw punches? I think it's fighting you. Red. Incoming meatball at 3 o'clock. That's a sentence I never wanted to hear. We need to contain this food before it evolves. It's pasta. Red. Not a Pokemon. I'm blind. Tell my snacks. I love them. You're so dramatic. I'm calling an emergency meeting before lunch kills us all. Too late. I think dessert is making its move. Why is the pizza slice floating? Because you forgot to turn the gravity back on. I told you lunch would be exciting today. Don't touch the drinks. They're now classified as ceiling decor. We're going to need a ladder or a trampoline. This is the most dangerous cupcake mission I've ever been on. Careful. That thing has sprinkles. And velocity. Stop spinning. You'll make us dizzy just watching. I can't. The chair betrayed me. Gravity's coming back. Hold your sandwiches tight. Too late. I'm about to invent the first midair sandwich drop. I swear, my hands are clean. You don't even have hands. That's not helping your case, Red. Listen, the real threat is still in this room. Is it the pizza? Because that cheese looks dangerous. You've been to Quiet Blue. That's sus behavior. I'm quiet because I'm eating. You can't be sus with a mouth full of fries. We need unity, not chaos. We'll find the imposter with logic and teamwork. Cool speech, but your shoes in the mashed potatoes. All right, on 3. We all say who we think it is. 1, 2, blue. What? Enough is enough. We have to settle this with a cafeteria food duel. You can't be serious. Oh, he's serious. I can see the pizza slice in his hand. Behold, the spaghetti of destiny. That's not destiny. That's yesterday's lunch. And yet, somehow more dangerous now. Defensive position. Engaged. Why are we acting like this is a war? Because spaghetti is war. Everyone calm down before. Red roll hits blue in the visor, okay. That's it. We're at DEFCON 1. And so, the great cafeteria battle of day 10 began. Aim for the visor. Maximum splat effect. This is chaos. I love it. It was an accident. Yeah, tell that to the button. This is escalating faster than reactor meltdown. Someone catch the meatball. Did we just emergency meeting ourselves? New record for cafeteria disasters. And thus, chaos in the cafeteria reached legendary status. Day 11. Intentions in the cafeteria are thicker than overcooked spaghetti. Alright, no one leaves until we figure out who ate all the donuts. Wasn't me. I'm allergic to fun. I just found it. Empty, that's what the donut thief would say. Nothing suspicious here. Explain the evidence, pink. It's a space dust. Sure. And I'm a space unicorn. While you were accusing each other, someone just vented in the medbay. Wait. How do you know that? Reasons. Alright, team. To the medbay, fine. But I'm bringing my coffee. And I'm bringing the donut box. Evidence. The cafeteria had seen arguments, but never over a dessert that stared back. Is it blinking at us? It winked. I swear it winked. That's not how jelly is supposed to behave. Green made the rookie mistake. If it's alive, it'll move when I poke it. It already moved before you poked it. Too late. It knows you now. And just like that, dessert became the main threat. It's coming for me. Not my problem. You chose dessert duty. Blue was the first to engage, with questionable strategy. It's on the tray. It's on the tray. Yeah, and now you're holding it closer to your face. Gravity was no longer an ally. How does jelly even climb? That's not jelly. That's something else. Silence fell over the cafeteria, except for the suspicious hum of the vending machine. Why is it humming like it's alive? Because it's plotting. Just like you, Blue. What? I think it's stuck or possessed. The line between broken and haunted was thin aboard this ship. Did it just take the soda back? It's learning from us. That's not comforting. Maybe we should shake it. Maybe we should call exorcism services. The cafeteria had never felt so tense. Over a can of soda? Free loot? No, don't touch it. It's bait. Bait for what? They were about to find out. Yellow couldn't resist the temptation of free soda. Finders keepers. Don't open it. It's cursed. It's just a can. Calm down. But the can had other plans. Oh, I think it's overreacting. That's not soda. That's a bioweapon. We're doomed. The first casualty of the soda wars. I'm okay, no. You're carbonated now. Classic rookie mistake. It's charging up for another attack. We need to evacuate the cafeteria. No, we fight with what? Foam. And so, the crewmates prepared for their most ridiculous battle yet. If we lose, tell my tasks I love them. For the ship, for the snacks. The final boss had chosen its champion. Nobody touch it. But it's grape flavor. That's the most dangerous one. And thus ended the legendary battle of the vending machine. Worth it. We're all doomed. At least we'll go out fizzy. Day 12 begins, and the crew attempts something far more dangerous than reactor meltdown. Cooking spaghetti. How hard can boiling noodles be? Famous last words. Who even brought a 20-liter pot into space? Focus. We need teamwork. I call stirring duty. A bold choice. No one ever survives stirring duty. I think it's supposed to bubble like that. No, that's lava. Turn it down. Relax. It's under control. Spoiler. It was not under control. I feel powerful. You look ridiculous. It's not power. It's steam poisoning. And thus, Pink's villain arc began. Why is pasta on my face? That means it's cooked. No, that's just chaos. They had no idea. The true spaghetti disaster was only moments away. The spaghetti was alive. Why is the pot shaking like it wants to escape? Don't panic. It's just pressure buildup. That's what they say before a spaceship explodes. Abandon ship, my noodles. This is exactly why we should have ordered pizza. Thus began the great pasta uprising of day 12. The vents are clogged with pasta. We'll never survive this mess. Crewmates are supposed to do tasks, not survive dinner. Vent sabotage. But with spaghetti, this isn't spaghetti. It's a hazard. New. My culinary masterpiece. Culinary. It's a crime scene. The cafeteria would never recover from this day. So take out. Agreed. 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 Traitors. Finally. Something sensible. The crew prepared for battle, the clean-up kind. Alright team. MOP formation. I didn't sign up for janitor duty. At this point, we're janitors in space. I think my mop just joined the pasta. It's assimilating everything. First the vents, now the tools. We're doomed. Why is the sauce always targeting me? Don't worry, Green. You look delicious. 10 out of 10 would serve with garlic bread. Crewmates roast each other more than the spaghetti. Really? Do I look like a pasta bowl to you? Kinda, yeah. You wear it well. Fashion spaghetti edition. We can't win against carbs. This isn't dinner. It's war. I surrender. Finally, some wisdom. The spaghetti always wins. Crewmates, we fight together or we drown in marinara. Pretty sure we're already drowning. Like lasagna. Operation Pasta Control was launched. On 3, everyone mop. This is the dumbest mission yet. And yet, here we are. Incoming slip. I knew this was a trap. We're pasta now. Teamwork makes the spaghetti wreck. We've become one with the spaghetti. This is my nightmare. Correction. This is my nightmare. And you dragged me into it. What in space did I just walk into? Don't ask. Save yourself. Blue entered at the worst possible time. So this is the legendary crew I've heard about. Legendary disasters. Maybe. At least the pasta's al dente. I regret transferring to this ship already. Welcome aboard. And thus, the spaghetti incident would forever stain the cafeteria and their dignity. This is the greatest emergency meeting. Maybe the best ever. Everyone says so. Bro really brought us to the White House cafeteria. Nobody fixes tasks like me. Wires download. I'm the best at all of them. We've been stuck on one download for 7 years. Sounds like EU politics. I need help fixing tasks. Shields, medbay, reactor, all breaking at once. I'll help. But only if I get credit, big, beautiful credit. So basically nothing gets fixed. Listen, the imposter is clearly not me. Everyone knows it. I didn't even accuse you. Suspicious how fast he denied it though. So who's the imposter here? Because everyone looks sus. We'll need 28 meetings before we decide. Wrong. I already decided. Best decision ever. Can someone please just fix the reactor? So this is a galactic summit? Just pizza and soda? Listen, Red. No summit is greater than mine. Biggest summit, everyone says so. The pizza. Made in America. Strongest cheese. Tremendous cheese. Cheese is sus. We are here to discuss stability, not dairy products. This vent beautiful vent better than any corridor in Europe. If anyone can hide here, I'd know. Believe me, if Russia pops out of it, I'm not staying. Bro, imagine vent diplomacy. Imagine you all stop arguing and fix oxygen. The crewmates love me. Imposters, they fear me. They've never seen a leader so orange. It's incredible. We require cooperation, not citrus. If cooperation comes with free shields, I'll take 2. This is the weirdest patch node I've ever lived in. Bro just stole the last slice. Unacceptable. We must form a coalition against this injustice. Coalition, please. You couldn't even coalition your own wires in electrical. Listen, I deserve the last slice. Best appetite. Nobody eats better than me. It's true. Sabotage. Someone fix lights. No sabotage. Fake news. Lights are perfect. The best lights in space. Everyone says so. Dude, I can't even see my visor. If this summit ends with me voting someone off, I already know who. So are we just gonna ignore the sabotage and eat pizza? Pizza diplomacy works. No need for meetings. Unless I call them, then they're huge meetings. Historic, low-key. I want to press the button just to see chaos. Do it. This summit's already sus. I'll press it. I press buttons better than anyone. My button pressing. Legendary, everyone agrees. Please, no e-tricks. We must vote responsibly. Responsibly, an Among Us good one. Yeah, bro. This game invented chaos. Clearly, I am not the imposter. If I were, you'd already be gone. Everyone would be gone. Best imposter ever. But I'm not. That's exactly what an imposter would say. We need evidence, not slogans. Evidence, man. We vote on vibes here. You're calling me sus while stealing pizza and defending the vent? Nice try. Bro, this is turning into space Twitter. Yeah, 280 characters at a time. Okay, who voted Trump? I skipped. Too funny to eject yet. I voted based on principles. Principles. I voted for survival. The votes are rigged. Everyone knows I won by a landslide. This is a witch hunt. Biggest mistake in Among Us history. Well, that aged badly. Bro got reshoot by space itself. So do we feel bad or nah? Not really. Kinda funny. Classic misvote. Democracy in space. This is not how governance should work. Wait, was Trump actually innocent? Bro, what if the real imposter is still here? You think. Stay calm. Rational decisions only. Surprise. You debated too long. Bro, we were busy arguing politics. Worst summit ever. 0/10th. Everyone run. Save the pepperoni. This is why we don't waste time on speeches. Order. We must have order. Okay, no memes this time. We vote smart. Cap. We're totally voting dumb again. At this point, eject the shadow guy before he vents again. Finally, consensus. We actually did it. Democracy W. Next summit, no pizza, no speeches. Agreed, but maybe dessert? Day 13 begins with the dreaded aftermath of spaghetti carnage. Who even thought spaghetti in space was a good idea? It was your idea. Focus. The sauce is everywhere, and I almost slipped twice. Careful. If one more of us falls, we're calling it a crime scene. Honestly, the spaghetti is more dangerous than any imposter. Look at this mess. It's like a pasta apocalypse. This isn't cleanup duty. This is war. Armed with cleaning gear, the crew prepared for the impossible mission. Alright team, let's clean like our lives depend on it. They do. Sauce is a slipping hazard. Soap everywhere. Noodles nowhere. This is backwards. I told you, the spaghetti fights back. This is going to take forever. Whoa, see, I told you it's a crime scene. Why won't this stain come off? Because that's not soap. That's ketchup. I think I made it worse. At this point, the sauce is winning. Good news, the spaghetti is gone. Bad news, that was my lunch. The more they clean, the worse it got. It's multiplying. This isn't a cleanup. It's a horror movie. We're doomed. WOAHHH, incoming pasta bomb. Take cover. Help. The noodles have claimed me. This is worse than an imposter attack. WHY, won't you clean? You're just feeding it more crumbs. There now, it's safe AHHH. The sign didn't even last 5 seconds. Their cleanup mission had officially become a disaster. This isn't a cafeteria anymore. It's a pasta planet, and where it's unlucky. Astronauts, I can't stop sliding. We've invented sauce skating. Help. I'm a banana on wheels. Pasta speed activated. Crash. That's the first time I've seen lasagna try to pay for chips. If I just sweep harder HHH. Now it's raining pasta. Duck. Woo. Sauce boarding champion. You're gonna wipe out. Dude. What was meant to be cleanup had become a galactic food fight. This isn't cleaning. This is war. Load the spaghetti cannons for the crew, for the sauce, and so cleanup was complete. Not by mobs, but by mutual destruction. Next time, can we just order pizza? Yeah, less deadly. Electrical, a place where legends are born, and crewmates are electrocuted. Alright team, fix the lights. This place looks like a haunted spaceship. Relax, I'm basically an electrical engineer. Watch and learn. Oh no, That's exactly what I was afraid of. If I connect the red wire to the blue one, we'll have double power. No, that's not oh no. When you let yellow handle electricity, expect fireworks. Yellow, you nearly fried us. This is less mood lighting and more death trap. Seriously, these wires are alive. Darkness, panic, and the smell of fried plastic. Nobody move. We'll fix this calmly. Calmly, we're blind. See, my plan worked. Now it's a stealth mode. I just stepped on something squishy. Please tell me there was a wire. Green. How did you even manage that? I'm one with the wires now. No need to thank me. The system is somewhat operational. More like completely destroyed. Best entertainment I've had all week. Who left this cable on the floor? I almost died of tripping instead of imposters. That would have been the most pathetic death in space history. Don't worry. We'd still report your body. Eventually. Yeah, after finishing tasks. Priorities, you know. Okay, who's gonna touch the sparking panel first? Not me. I still have 2 lives left in another game. I'm not wasting them here. This isn't a video game. Yellow. Tell that to the giant hands controlling us from above. Great. Now it's pitch black. Everyone hold hands so no one disappears. We don't have hands. Oh, right. That's awkward. Then everyone just bump into each other aggressively. Yellow. How do you always manage to end up like this? I don't know. Wires just love me. You look like a human Christmas tree decoration. Alright, enough chaos. Let's fix this once and for all. You mean you fix it while we cheer from a safe distance? I vote we all hide behind the wires and pretend it's done. That's literally the worst idea. And also my favorite. Don't worry, guys. I'm basically an electrician. You nearly electrocuted yourself last time you said that. Yeah, but I survived. So technically success. That logic is shocking, literally. Blue, are you okay? I saw the afterlife. It looks like admin room but with snacks. Bro, that wasn't the afterlife. That was just the vending machine. Wait, snacks in the afterlife. Sign me up. Okay, have success. At least one side isn't a horror movie anymore. Yeah, but the other half looks like the trailer for Alien Among Us. Dibs on not going into the creepy half. Too late. I already claimed dibs on staying alive. Hold on. Maybe the real reason the lights keep going out is because Red keeps pretending to fix them. Excuse me. I'm the only one here not tangled in wires or smoking from electrocution. HMM. Sounds exactly like something an imposter would say. Yeah, very sus, but also kind of fair. Quick. Someone hit the button before Red sabotages us again. There's not even a button in here. Genius. Well, there should be. This room is cursed. Yeah, electrical needs a panic button installed ASAP. Did you see that? A ghost just passed through the wires. Ghost. More like smoke from my visor. Either way, this place is officially haunted. Haunted, no, just sabotaged. Day 243 and electrical morale is low. Wires are everywhere. Trust is gone. Stop narrating. You're not in a survival show. Actually, that's exactly what this feels like. Yeah, except the prize is just not dying. Look at him. The flickering lights make Green look like a movie villain. What? It's the lighting, not me. HMM villains always say that. Yeah, next thing you know, he's giving us a dramatic monologue. Fine, if I was the imposter, I'd say, welcome to your doom. See, he just did the villain thing. Okay, that was kind of impressive though. Yeah, 10/10's delivery is still sus. Alright, so we still don't know who the imposter is. But we do know Green has a future in theater. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be here all mission. Not if I vote you out first. Okay, tasks fixed. Nobody died. That's a miracle. A miracle? No. A suspicious setup. I don't trust ANY of you anymore. Good. I don't even trust myself at this point. We're never coming back here again. Agreed. Electrical is cursed. Cursed and overrated. Next time, I'm faking my task somewhere safe. Day 15. The crew entered the bathroom for the first time and instantly regretted it. Oh no, this place is a disaster zone. Don't worry, everyone. I'm a plumbing expert. Expert? You couldn't even fix the coffee machine last week. Step aside. With my superior knowledge of pipes, this will be done in no time. Water sprays in every direction. Superior knowledge. You just made the sink a fountain. Ugh, the smell? It's like a swamp in here. Whoa, a slippery floor. Don't worry, I'll fix this toilet. Flush sound, water explodes everywhere. I regret being part of this crew. Blue, this is your fault. Relax, I said it's part of the process. No, this is sabotage. Someone filled the soap dispenser with shampoo. That explains why I slipped into the toilet. The bathroom tasks were not going well. Guys, I think the door locked itself. We're supposed to survive space, but apparently not bathroom plumbing. If we don't fix this mess, the ship will sink from the inside. I'm basically a professional skater now. Hey Blue, watch where you're spraying that water. It's called advanced cleaning technique. It's called incompetence. Help. This stall is a prison cell. You sound like you live here now. Don't say that. We need everyone alive. Then hurry before the smell gets me first. Tada. Plumbing level. Genius. You just taped a toilet plunger to a pipe. That's not genius. That's a crime. Space Court would sentence you immediately. But then, something strange stirred within the bathroom. Wait. Did you guys feel that? The room just got colder? Don't start, Green. We're in a bathroom, not a horror movie. Tell that to the glowing bubbles. The crew realized they weren't alone in here. Nope. I'm not dealing with a bathroom ghost. What? There's a ghost and I'm locked in. Everyone stay calm, this might just be a bad lighting. Yeah, right. Bathrooms are always haunted. The bathroom mirror whispered with secrets. Okay, who put their hand on the mirror? Not me. Not me either, my hands are too busy being. Plumbing genius. Exactly why we don't trust you. I survived the stall of doom. You look like you just fought in a war. A very unsanitary war. Keep that toilet paper away from me. Wait, is the ghost a plunger? Oh no. We're about to be haunted by bathroom supplies. This is my fault, isn't it? Yes, always yes. Panic turned the slippery bathroom into a skating rink of fear. Oh, it's coming this way. Slippery floors are not helping. Every horror story starts in a bathroom. No, every horror story starts with my repairs. At last, the terrible bathroom phantom revealed its true form. It was a mop, so we panicked over cleaning equipment. Honestly, I'm impressed at how scary that mop was. I aged 10 years in that stall for this. Relief lasted only a moment before the bathroom had one last trick to play. Okay, wait. Why are the lights flickering again? Nope, not staying here another second. It's just the plumbing, right, Blue? Sure, let's say that. The bathroom fought back. The sinks are attacking us. We are literally drowning in our own mistakes. Relax, I can fix this. You caused this. The bathroom wants us to stay. I refuse to become bathroom decor. This is the worst room on the ship. Correction. It's the Doom Room. Fear not. I'll defeat this evil with the weapon of heroes. That's the plunger. This is both inspiring and deeply stupid. Go, Blue, go. Against all odds, the bathroom was conquered. Wait, it actually worked. You've got to be kidding me. Blue, you're the weirdest kind of genius. Long live the bathroom hero. And so, the crewmates survived the bathroom's wrath. Okay, we never speak of this again. Agreed. Especially the part where we thought the mop was a ghost. Hey, don't forget who saved you. But the mop still waits in silence. Nope, burn it. Day 15. Haunted bathroom. Never again. Tomorrow, we're picking anywhere else. Court in session. Defendant, state your name. I am the Prime Minister, so I am completely innocent. Oh, this is going to be fun. You stand accused of crimes against humanity. Do you deny it? Absolutely. Fake news. All of it. Hey, even in space we heard the reports. Exhibit A, bombings, blockades, and mass suffering. Those were defensive maneuvers. Defensive against children. You're all biased. This is unfair. Unfair. Tell that to the victims. Silence. Defendant. You will answer the charges properly. Very well. We proceed. The world is watching. And so is the galaxy. This is a witch hunt. No, this is justice. I only wanted to protect my people. By destroying others, that math ain't mating, baby. Exhibit B, entire families lost. Countless lives ruined. This was collateral damage. Collateral? This is just a rebranding of cruelty. The world misunderstands me. I had no choice. You had choices. You just chose violence. Careful with your words. Defendant, truth echoes loudly here. You call this security, but the galaxy calls it a massacre. No, it's propaganda. Propaganda doesn't leave mass graves. Defendant, your excuses ring hollow. You can't judge me. Actually, we just did. Jury, have you reached a verdict? We have. Guilty on all counts. This is a conspiracy. You're all imposters. Funny, that's exactly what an imposter would say. Objection. Your Honor. Nah, I'll allow it. Order. The verdict is final. No, this can't be happening. It already did. You'll regret this. I am the state. Not anymore. Now you're just cargo. Bon voyage, baby. You can't do this. I'm innocent. The universe disagrees. Hey, make sure his chair has first-class seating. By order of this court, sentence will be carried out. No, you need me. Without me, you'll collapse. Baby, we collapsed already. You're just dead weight. I'm not guilty. History will save me. History already unfriended you. Bye-bye. Facebook comments section. You'll regret these. Man, he spins faster than the cafeteria fan. Chair Airlines. Direct flight to irrelevance. Justice is served. That's one less imposter to worry about. And one less chair to sit on. Win-win. Think he'll find another planet? Only if the planet's desperate. Case closed. Literally launched. Well, that trial was explosive. You mean airloxive? Bro, his chair's probably still spinning. He'll land on Mars and start another trial. Not my jurisdiction. And so, the scandal ends not with a bang, but with a chair, forever lost among the stars. What do you think? Crewmates was justice truly served? Or did the ship just invent a new way of taking out the trash? Day 16 began in the filthiest place of the ship, the garbage disposal room. Why do I always get stuck with trash duty? Because you're trash red. Careful, guys. This room can literally eat us alive. The machine had no mercy. Ugh. I smell like expired burritos. You smelled like that before the trash hit. Wait, did that pile just move on its own? Something inside the trash was alive? Nope. Not today. I'm out. What if it's the imposter hiding in there? Or worse, leftover cafeteria food. Out of the filth, something monstrous emerged. I told you we shouldn't have come here. We're about to get jump scared by trash. You HO? It looks angry. The crew faced their stinkiest nightmare yet. It's Trashzilla. Why couldn't we just do wiring tasks like normal people? Run before it yeets us into the compressor. The garbage disposal room had turned into a war zone. Why does it always have to be monsters? I'm suing the cafeteria for negligence. Less talking, more escaping. It had one mission: to squash the crew like soda cans. I didn't sign up for wrestling trash monsters. At least it's recycling us properly. Quick! There's a vent. Go! The vent was their only hope. Why is it always me that has to go first? Because you're expendable. Shut up and move. They barely escaped its crushing grip. I can feel its breath weight. Does trash even breathe? I'm stuck, my butt's too big. Stop eating pizza before tasks. Blue. But the nightmare wasn't over. Not by a long shot. I'm retiring. I'll become a gardener on Earth. You, gardening. You'd water the weeds. Quiet. We need a plan before Trashzilla finds another way in. The room became a war zone of junk. I'm too pretty to die in garbage. This is literally the worst boss fight ever. We need a plan or we'll be recycled. Amongst the chaos, hope glimmered. Please tell me that lever ejects the trash, not us. At this point, I'll take either option. That lever might be the key to beating this thing. The garbage beast fought back with its stinky fury. Duck and cover. WHY is this sandwich still alive? Cover me, I'm going for the lever. One crewmate stood against the stink. Green, hurry. Pull the lever before IT pulls US apart. This is it. Either I save the ship or I become compost. The garbage fought back. But the machine was stronger. Yes, Trashzilla is going down. Finally, the garbage takes itself out. Hold steady. It's almost over. Trashzilla was faster than it looked. Why did I think a mob would help? At least you have a weapon. I've got banana peels. Forget weapons. We need an escape plan. A chance to flee appeared. Barely. Look, the compactor door. Let's go. I'm armed with potassium. Fear me. You're gonna slip before you scare it. Escape was easier said than done. IT just threw a fridge at US. What's next? A washing machine. Keep running before it throws the whole ship. Trashzilla wasn't letting go so easily. Move IT, Blue. It's gotta grab US. I'm stuck. I blame all the pizza I ate. Stop confessing your diet crimes and push. They had survived for now. Never doing. Trash duty again. At least I saved us with my banana peel tactic. You nearly got us peeled alive. The tunnel was silent or too silent. Do you think it'll break through? No, I scared it off with my potassium powers. If we survive this, I'm voting you off next meeting. But in space, the real trash isn't always garbage. Those aren't Trashzilla's eyes. Oh great, a new nightmare. Stay sharp, this just got worse. Day 17. The crew entered the mysterious greenhouse, where plants weren't just plants. Oh, did that flower just wave at me? Relax. It's probably photosynthesizing aggressively. Photosyn what now? That thing looks like it wants a hug. No, that's not a hug face. That's a hungry face. Don't be dramatic, Red. It's just a plant. Yeah, a plant that drools green slime. Totally normal. Finally, my specialty gardening. I'll take care of it. Careful, Yellow. Last time you took care of something, the medbay was on fire. That was one time. And technically, the fire was small. It set the fire alarm off for 6 hours. See? Perfectly harmless. The carrot smacks Green's helmet. Yup. Totally harmless. Just your everyday ninja carrot. What's next? A breakdancing cabbage. Okay, not gonna lie. This room is giving me weird vibes. Weird vibes, Yellow. The plants are literally alive. Alive plants aren't the problem. The problem is, who's gonna water them? Oh, don't worry. They water themselves. And that's when the crew realized the plants watered themselves with fear. Guys, I'm being saladed. Don't panic, Red. Just stay crunchy. Oh great. We're about to lose Red to a plant-based diet. Hang on. I'll negotiate with it. Hey buddy, we're friends, right? You like water. Red pours a little water on the vine. A bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off. Please hurry before I become plant fertilizer. Yep. Definitely the wrong move. I'm not a frisbee. Who knew hydration was their power-up? Oh no, I may have created super vine, muffled inside flower guys. I'm in the plant. Don't worry, Red. We'll save you. Or, hear me out. We'll let the plant keep him. Blue, I smell like compost. On the bright side, you're eco-friendly now. Red, you just got recycled. At least it didn't digest you. Plants like that usually take days. The crew was learning fast. This wasn't gardening. It was survival. Nope. I'm not becoming plant food today. Relax, Yellow. Worst case, you'll make a nice flower pot. Can we stop joking and stop the plants? Don't worry, I've got an idea. You've had that this whole time. Emergency use only. You don't just spray recklessly. Oh please, spray recklessly now. Yeah, my survival depends on your recklessness. Works like a charm. Did we just intimidate a plant? Good. Spray them all before I get eaten again. Yeah, go full exterminator mode. You angered them. They're in attack mode. Congratulations. Yellow, you just unlocked hard mode. Oh, they're coming for my shoes. Okay, spray party. Let's go. We're not astronauts anymore. We're gardeners with PTSD. This is the weirdest workout I've ever had. I never signed up for Plant Wrestling Club. Just keep fighting. One of us has to make it out alive. It was chaos, dirt, goo. Panic welcome to the greenhouse. Did that vine just pick up a watering can? Oh great. They're evolving. We're doomed. They've unlocked tool use. Not on my watch. You chlorophyll creeps. Seriously, they just countered me with water. It's like we're fighting Pokemon. And we're the weak type. Guess you're not so effective now, huh? Stop roasting him. Focus before they roast us. Take that, salad. You just kicked the lights over. Now it's a rave. If we die, at least it'll look like a disco party. Nobody dies. We just need an actual plan. Wait. Did we just discover their weakness? They're addicted to mood lighting. Then crank it up. Fry them with their own disco. Finally, science is on our side. Let there be light. Hiss. It's working. Burn, weeds, burn. Ow, my eyes. I wasn't ready for divine judgment. This is what I call photosynthesis payback. Did we just win? Teamwork, baby, and also electricity. I'm keeping this pot as a battle souvenir. Told you science always saves the day. Guys? Nope. Not again. Burn it. I knew plants hold grudges. Okay, maybe science made a small mistake. Day 18 began in Medbay, where the crewmates faced the most terrifying challenge yet. A broken scanner. Relax. It just scans your vitals. Easy. Yeah, tell that to the last guy who got labeled species. Cabbage. Scan a screen. Result, imposter risk. 120%. Wait, what? That's more than 100. So, you're an imposter twice? Scan a screen. Species. Potato. Excuse me. Knew it. Explains the brain's size. Scan a screen. Diagnosis. Terminal case of DRIP. Drip. I'm stylish. Not sick. You're terminally fashionable. Scan a screen. Warning. Unknown alien DNA detected. What? I can explain. Scan a screen. Alien genes detected. Possible shapeshifter. I knew IT. I've been guessing it since day one. Guys, calm down. I ate too much salad. Did you eat the salad or did the salad eat you? Relax. It says right here. Scanner may confuse users with vegetables. That's not a manual. That's a kid's coloring book. And you're the potato. Scan a screen. Heart rate. 9,999 BPM. Diagnosis. Panic banana. Panic banana. That's not even a thing. Sounds accurate to me. Scan a screen. EROR. Too angry to scan. What? I'm not angry. Bro, you're literally vibrating. And so, the scanner had successfully diagnosed Absolutely nothing. So, who's the imposter? According to this thing. Probably a potato. Or a banana. I hate this ship. Scan a screen. Species. Goldfish memory duration. 3 seconds. Wait. What was the result again? It wasn't wrong. 3 seconds. That's generous. Don't tell him. He'll forget in 2 seconds. Forget what? See, I know. Oh, wait. How can it be over 100%? Because it's red. This stupid machine is sabotaged. So does that mean you sabotaged it? Oh snap. Plot twist. Roll credits. Bruh. It's a vending machine. That explains the banana diagnosis. So who brought quarters? I'm gonna throw this thing out the airlock. Scan a screen. Result. Type. Potato. What potato? That's right. Right. Boil it, mash it. Stew it. I'm not a potato. Controversial. Potato approved. Do we water him now? Or wait until harvest season? Scan a screen. Type. Alien cucumber. Excuse me. My brother is a Wi-Fi pickle. Topic change. VeggieTales crossover. Scan a screen. Error. All fighting friends silence. Finally, a result I trust. This isn't science. This is paranoia. This is Red's entire personality. Wait. Did we beat the final boss? Brother, we hacked the medbay. Quick. Someone get Red up. I'm fine. Don't touch me. We definitely voided the warranty. Now, we upgraded it to chaos mode. Guys, I still feel like a potato. Shut up. French fries. And so, the medbay scanner was never trusted again. Let's flip a coin next time. Cheaper and less explosive. But will he call me a potato? Yes, always. Day 19 began with the crew hopelessly wandering the endless corridors. Okay, don't panic. If we just keep walking straight, we'll find the cafeteria. Red. That's what you said 20 minutes ago. And now I think we're actually more lost. Are you sure this hallway even has an end? What if it just loops forever? The corridor's twisted into an impossible maze. I vote left. Left always leads to victory. What kind of logic is that? Wait. What if we're already ghosts and this is just purgatory? Paranoia grew stronger with every echoing step. Did anyone else hear footsteps that weren't ours? Yeah, I heard it. Definitely imposter vibes. Relax. The only thing behind us is regret and probably more hallways. The great hallway teamwork was not working. Why am I always the floor mat? Because you walk too slow. Correction. We're all equally bad at navigation. But the hallways were hiding. More than confusion. Okay, I definitely saw something. Shadowy. Creepy. Probably fatal. See, we're doomed. I told you this was purgatory. Or maybe it's just the imposter having a laugh at our expense. When fear strikes, the bravest always pretend they're in charge. Okay, Yellow, since you're so confident, you go first. Fine, I'll prove there's nothing scary here. Yeah, we'll just wait safely, 5 steps behind you. Sometimes bravery looks a lot like clumsiness. Whoa, okay, nothing scary. Just extremely polished floors. Ha ha ha. Look at him go. Yellow, you're basically a space Roomba now. Great. We've lost our leader to floor wax. The great fall of Yellow. Recorded in crew history. Tell my story. That I bravely fought the hallway and lost. You're fine. Get up. No. Let him have his traumatic moment. He's earned it, but laughter turned back into tension. There it is again. The shadow, did you see it this time? Yes, and it's getting closer. Perfect. The one time I can't run away. The hallway sends a monster. Sometimes the scariest shadows are just your friends being late. Oh wait, it's just Green Bro. You almost gave me a second ghost life. Why are you all screaming in the middle of the hallway like I walked in on a horror movie? Because this hallway is a horror movie, Green arrived with confidence, but maybe not with answers. Relax, guys. It's just bad wiring making the lights flicker. Totally normal. Normal? We nearly had heart attacks. Yeah, I saw my life flash before my visor twice. Mine too, but mine was just me falling in slow motion again. And when Green fixes something, everyone else prepares for an explosion. Green, are you sure you know what you're doing? Of course. I've watched at least 2 YouTube tutorials on this. That's not exactly comforting. Buddy, if we blow up, at least my obituary will say, died heroically in hallway. Success. Or maybe a temporary miracle. My visor, I can't see anything. I think I've gone blind. I'm only seeing red literally. This hallway just tried to send me to heaven. You're welcome. Problem solved. And just like that, the hallway betrayed them again. Green, you said you fixed it. Yeah, fixed it straight into a horror movie. If a monster jumps out right now, I'm filing a complaint with HR. Relax. This is probably fine. 90% fine. And then, the hallway made its move. Did you guys hear that? Yes, and I'd really like to not hear it again. That was not the sound of probably fine. Green. Okay, 90% might have been generous. The hallway grew darker, and their courage smaller. Okay, I vote we leave. Like, immediately. Leave. The sound is coming from the only exit. Guess I'll just live here now. This floor is my new home. Relax. It's probably just loose pipes. Or, something less comforting. Something moved fast. What was that? I didn't see it, but I hated it. It looked like my nightmares, but worse. Don't worry. I scared it off with my superior wrench skills. Sometimes silence is scarier than noise. This hallway is cursed. I'm telling you, I'd rather be locked in electrical. And that's saying something. Wake me up when the imposter just stabs us and gets it over with. No worries. If it comes back, I'll just negotiate. Monsters respect confidence. But when the lights returned, the terror was gone. Wait. It's gone. Just like that. Nope. That makes it worse. Now it's hiding. Tell my visor I loved it. I'm not making it out of this. See? Told you I fixed everything. You're welcome. The hallway wasn't done with them yet. Oh, come on. That's it. I resigned from hallway duty. I knew the floor was safer. Okay, maybe confidence doesn't work after all. And the terrifying monster was just a cleaning bot. Seriously, we almost died of heart attacks over that. I screamed so loud my visor fogged up. Wake me when this hallway nightmare is truly over. See? I told you I had it under control. Totally planned. But sometimes the real monster is trash itself. Not again. The banana peels are back for revenge. This is my destiny, buried by garbage. I dropped the wrench. We're doomed. Day 20 begins in the weapons room, where bravery meets questionable aim. Finally, I get to fire the big laser. Watch me save the ship. Just don't blow us up instead, hero. Knowing red. I'm already hiding behind the console. Target locked. Asteroid in sight. Translation, he's about to miss completely. I feel like I should write my will before this starts. That was intentional. Satellites are dangerous too. You literally just destroyed space Wi-Fi. Great. Now we can't binge watch anything. Okay, steady. Just breathe, relax. It's just a laser cannon powerful enough to vaporize a moon. No pressure, literally none. Did I just cause a mini supernova? Congratulations. You just invented space pinball, and I'm still the bad shot. Alright, amateurs, watch a master at work. Master of what? Missing targets. Please don't create another galaxy-ending explosion. Target acquired, now prepare for precision destruction. Oh boy. Here comes his TED Talk. I can already feel the regret building. That was sabotage. The cannon is clearly rigged. You literally just voted yourself out of space. That was the most expensive advertisement in the galaxy. Face it, Blue. You couldn't hit a planet if you stood on it. I'll have you know my aim is legendary. Guys, the cannon is glowing like it's about to explode. What did you do? Nothing. That was totally planned. We're going to get space fried. Stop pressing buttons. Blue, you're making it worse. Relax. I'm an expert at button mashing. That's not expertise. That's how arcades go bankrupt. It's aiming at the cafeteria. Don't panic. It's probably just recalibrating. Recalibrating to kill lunch. You mean, do you realize what you've done? I think of it as portion control. Our pizza are gone into the void. Oh great. Now we're target practice. Stay calm. Maybe they'll recognize we're friendlies. Friendly. You just blew up their cafeteria. Huh? They know exactly who to blame. Wait, this is all a misunderstanding. Blue, don't move. You're basically a walking target emoji. Are we being attacked or pranked? This is humiliating. I look like a walking toilet. Correction, you finally look like what you are inside. Blue, stop touching things. I can fix it, I swear. I've watched like half a tutorial, We're going to die because you skipped the ad break. Oh wow, even the ship knows you're sus. Hey, let's not jump to conclusions. The cannon literally just voted you out. Blue, move, Blue. It's about to fire. Wait, maybe if I reason with it. You can't negotiate with a space cannon. Well, that escalated quickly. Good news. I think I fixed it. Bad news. You're banned from touching anything ever again. And so, their mighty weapon heroically self-destructed. Blue, you destroyed our only defense system. No. I was just, stress testing it. Perfect. No cannon. But at least we have poultry, and so ended the saga of the weapons room. Asteroids inbound. It's been nice knowing you. Pretty sure insurance won't cover this. Tell the galaxy, the chicken fought bravely. Welcome to the 21st day of your average Among Us game. In our security room, Red crewmate is leaning back on their chair while Blue and Green are both staring directly at the monitors. It's a rather paranoid-inducing setup, but there's not much else to do here, so they might have a point. Cameras flicker through various parts of the ship, including electrical, where we see white, orange and black sitting around a table seemingly discussing something. Then suddenly the door slides open and Yellow rushes inside, grabs whatever it is that they were talking about and darts off again. Back in security, Blue dramatically points at the screen. I swear Yellow was venting in the cafeteria just now. Red looks over his shoulder at Blue unimpressed and replies, "That's a mop closet, genius." As if to prove Red right, Yellow reappears on screen pushing out a mop and bucket combo. They're seen through the monitor shoving food into their visor opening like popcorn. See? Look at Yellow. He's inhaling food like a black hole. Green accuses, "That's just Cafeteria Tuesday." Red replies flatly as Blue runs their hand through their hair, frustrated. Or he's fueling up to strike, they suggest nervously. The beeping coming from the security chair grows louder and suspicion even wilder. "It's quiet, too quiet," Green mutters. Suddenly, Blue jumps up. Wait, Purple just stood still for 5 seconds. "Clear imposter sign," they exclaim pointing at the monitor. Red slams his stubby leg on the console in annoyance. "Or lag," he deadpans. Green leans closer to the screen and whispers dramatically, "Or plotting the galaxy's end." "Same thing," they reply with a shiver. Sure enough, when we cut to the camera from earlier, Purple is still standing ominously still in the hallway. See? Just standing there menacingly. Blue squeaks. Red turns to face Blue. "Bruh, Sometimes I stand still to think about snacks. Come on, he sighs. They don't think about snacks. They are the snack, Green says knowingly. Suddenly the cameras begin to switch frantically, throwing red, blue, and green off balance. What the? Red starts. But before anyone can react, the camera feed cuts to a close-up of Purple's visor. The purple glare sends shivers down our spines. We pull back to see Purple still standing in the hallway, but now they're looking directly at the camera. Oh, Blue whispers, hiding behind Green. Suddenly the lights in the security room go out, plunging them into darkness. What the heck? What's happening? Green asks, startled. The camera feed is now fuzzed out with static. An eerie hum fills the air. Guys, Blue whimpers. I don't like this. Let's get out of here. But Red's already making his way to the door. We've got to check the cameras somewhere else. Stay close, he instructs. As they make their way through the darkened ship, the camera feed behind them begins to show the various members of the crew rushing about in panic. We gotta find the emergency meeting button, someone says frantically. But where is it? Another voice calls back, equally frantic. Guys, I found it, someone else announces. In the electrical room. Hurry up. Red, Blue, and Green reach the security cameras near the reactor. The screens flicker on, showing us a panicked mess. Everyone's running around screaming and pointing. Then suddenly the feed cuts to the cafeteria. Everyone look. Someone yells. Yellow was right. There's a ton of those things in the vents, they exclaim. Guys, what do we do? Another voice calls out. If we leave the ship, those things will follow us and kill us in space. Someone else replies grimly. Yeah, but we can't hide here forever. We need to fight back, a confident voice suggests. But how? They're too strong. Someone says dejectedly. Yeah, no one's gonna listen to me, huh? Thanks a lot, the confident voice mutters sarcastically. Meanwhile, Red, Blue, and Green are making their way toward the conference room. So where do you guys think the imposter is? Blue asks nervously. I don't know, Green replies. But I have a bad feeling about this. We should split up and search. Meet back here in 2 minutes. Red decides. Okay, but be careful out there, Blue warns. And so the three head off in separate directions, each on the lookout for danger and deception. Meanwhile, in the conference room, everyone gathers around the table. All right, let's vote. Who do you think the imposter is? Someone asks. A few people whisper among themselves, presumably trying to figure out who it could possibly be. How about Pink? Someone suggests. No, I saw them vent in security. They definitely aren't the imposter. Someone else insists. Well, what about Black? I haven't seen them since electrical. Someone else suggests. Me neither. They're probably the imposter. Another person agrees. Oh my God. Don't look at me like that. I didn't do anything. Well, maybe a little bit of sabotage. But I only did it to protect us from those creatures, okay? I never wanted to hurt anyone. Pink argues frantically. Okay. Let's just vote and get this over with. Someone else suggests. Cameras pan across the faces of the crew. We see fear, sadness, anger, and frustration. One by one, they raise their fingers and shout, Black. The scene fades to black as the voting concludes. We hear a loud crash followed by the sound of heavy footsteps. Someone screams, crap, they're here. Run for your life. We hear someone else shouting, hide. There's glass shattering and more footsteps. I'm stuck. Please help me. Someone cries out. Then a voice yells, I found another one. This is great. More footsteps and screams. Then silence. Red steps cautiously into the conference room. Hello, anyone here? He calls out. There's no response. He walks over to the voting screen and sees that it is still displaying the results of the previous round. Black, 6 votes. He reads aloud. Wow, that doesn't seem right. Where's everybody? Suddenly, a dark figure emerges from behind the table. Boo, they say with a smile. You scared me, Red says with a sigh of relief. I thought you were the imposter, or one of those space monsters or something, he explains. Now, the figure replies with a shrug. I was just checking to see if you were the imposter. No need to scare me like that, Red retorts. Well, sorry, the figure mutters. Anyway, where's Blue and Green? Red asks. I haven't seen them since we started searching, the figure replies. Well, let's go find them then, Red says, starting for the door. Wait, I think I saw them head towards the engine room, the figure calls after him. Thanks, Red says. Meanwhile, in the engine room, Blue and Green are huddled in a corner. Do you hear that? Blue asks nervously. Yeah, Green replies. Those footsteps getting closer. We gotta hide. They dive under some nearby pipes. Footsteps come closer, then suddenly stop right outside of their hiding spot. Blue and Green hold their breath. They hear a muffled voice right outside of the pipes. I wonder where they could have gone, they hear. Let's check around these pipes, they hear. Yeah, good idea, another voice replies. Hey, you guys hear that? They ask. Yeah, they reply. Do you think it's the imposter or one of those space monsters? Maybe both, they reply with a shrug. Let's just keep searching, they say. And with that, the footsteps move away again. Blue and Green let out a sigh of relief. That was close, Blue whispers. Yeah, Green replies. But we gotta keep moving. They could be anywhere. As they continue searching, the scene fades to black, and we hear someone say, "Welcome to your nightmare." It has been 22 days since the emergency meeting where the crew selected for random players to represent the ship in a tournament called El Clasico, a tradition that dates back centuries. El Clasico means the classic in Spanish and is the name given to matches between the two greatest teams in the whole galaxy, Barcelona and Real Madrid. Each team has its own signature color and iconic crest, and their fans are known for their passionate support. The history of El Clasico is filled with legendary moments and unforgettable rivalries. It is said that the passion for the game runs deep in the veins of every player who steps onto the pitch. But will our crew uphold the legacy, or will they fumble the opportunity? Now that we've met the characters and have some background information, it's time to start the story. The morning after the epic victory against the security bots started like any other day in space. The crew was completing tasks to keep the spaceship running smoothly. Tasks such as fixing wires, organizing files, calibrating equipment, and scanning asteroids. These tasks were important to keep the spaceship functioning and ensure the crew's survival in space. However, the crew had something else in mind. In the mess hall, there was an announcement about the upcoming soccer match and everyone was buzzing with excitement. The anticipation was palpable as the crew discussed strategies and made predictions. Some were confident in their team's abilities, while others were more cautious. Today was the day. The crew would face off against the elite guards of the spaceship. It was set to be a thrilling match full of unexpected twists and turns. As the crew prepared for the game, they knew that this was more than just a match. It was a chance to show their skills, teamwork, and determination. They had trained hard and they were ready to give it their all. But little did they know what awaited them on the field. The whistle blew, signaling the start of the game. Both teams were evenly matched and the competition was fierce. One by one, the players showcased their unique skills and strategies. The elite guards used their years of training and experience to outmaneuver the crew, but the crew refused to back down. They played with heart and determination, refusing to let the elite guards intimidate them. The first half of the match was intense. The crew struggled to maintain possession of the ball, constantly being pressured by the elite guards. Their opponents were skilled and relentless, making it difficult for the crew to advance towards the goal. Despite the odds, The crew refused to give up. They moved the ball strategically, passing and dodging, trying to find an opening in the guards' defense. But the guards were prepared and intercepted their moves, thwarting their attempts to score. The first half ended in a stalemate, leaving both teams determined to claim victory in the second half. As the whistle blew, signaling the start of the second half, the crew regrouped and adjusted their strategies. The tension was palpable as they looked for ways to break through the elite guard's solid defense. Coach Red crewmate animatedly explained their plan, urging the team to stay focused and work together. Despite the challenging circumstances, the crew remained positive. They communicated effectively, adjusting their positions and devising new strategies to outmaneuver their opponents. The atmosphere on the field was electric as the crew fought to maintain possession of the ball. The elite guards continued to press, but the crew's determination was unwavering. They passed the ball swiftly, confusing their opponents and creating openings in the defense. With each successful pass, their confidence grew. The crew was visibly more aggressive, taking more risks and pushing forward. They aimed for the goal, determined to score. The tension reached a fever pitch as the crew got closer to the goal. Their opponents, sensing defeat, became increasingly desperate, resorting to fouls and slight tackles to stop the crew's progress. The crowd, witnessing the drama unfold, roared with excitement. The fate of the match hung in the balance, and the outcome remained uncertain. The crew's journey was far from over. They had come too far to give up now. With the score tied and time slipping away, they had one last chance to secure victory. The whistle blew, signaling the end of the game. The crew stood united, their faces etched with determination and exhaustion. Despite the valiant effort, the scoreboard remained unchanged. The game ended in a draw. As the dust settled on the playing field, the crew and the elite guards stood side by side, their faces flushed with exertion. The match had been intense, a true testament to the power of sportsmanship and camaraderie. The crew, despite their disappointment at the draw, couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. They had faced off against some of the best in the galaxy and held their own. The true value of the match, however, went beyond the final result. It wasn't the bonds forged, the friendships formed, and the spirit of competition that had brought them all together. The crew walked off the field with heads held high, knowing that they had given it their all. The experience had been humbling, reminding them of the importance of teamwork, perseverance, and the true meaning of sportsmanship. The crew celebrated their accomplishment, reveling in the joy of participation and the thrill of the game. The memory of this match would live on, a testament to the courage, determination, and camaraderie that defined their journey together. And so, dear viewer, we reached the end of another incredible chapter in the lives of these lovable yet mischievous astronauts. If you enjoyed this chaotic tale, we kindly ask you to give this video a thumbs up to fuel our creativity. Your support means everything to us and inspires us to keep bringing these stories to life. And if you want to continue being a part of this crazy crew, don't forget to hit subscribe to join us on our mission to conquer the cosmos. Until next time, thanks for watching, and remember, friendship and laughter are the best fuel for any interstellar adventure. The Eurobasket final, Turkey vs. Germany, a clash of titans that would go down in history. As the arena lights dimmed and the crowd's roar grew deafening, our crew found themselves split between the two teams, half donning the red and white of Turkey, the others in the black, red, and gold of Germany. The first quarter began with a flurry of action. Alperen Şengün, Turkey's rising star, dominated the paint like a man possessed. His 7-foot frame moved with surprising grace, each pivot and spin leaving defenders grasping at air. Meanwhile, the German squad countered with precision passing and deadly outside shooting. As the buzzer sounded, the scoreboard flashed. Turkey 22, Germany 20. A close game, just as everyone had predicted. The second quarter saw Germany surge ahead. Their crisp ball movement had the Turkish defense scrambling. Green crewmate, despite his jelly bean shape and lack of arms, somehow managed to set perfect screens, freeing up shooters left and right. The German fans erupted with each made basket, their cheers echoing through the arena. But Turkey wouldn't go down without a fight. Alperen continued to be a force, muscling his way to tough baskets in the paint. Red crewmate, his shiny visor reflecting the court lights, zipped around on defense, disrupting passing lanes and forcing turnovers. As halftime approached, Germany clung to a slim lead, 45-42. The tension in the arena was palpable. This game could go either way. The third quarter began, and suddenly, Turkey caught fire. Alperen went on a personal 8-0 run, showcasing his full arsenal of moves. A graceful hook shot that seemed to defy gravity, a spin move so quick it left his defender dizzy, and finally, a thunderous dunk that had the entire Turkish section on their feet, roaring with approval. The momentum had shifted. You could feel it in the air, electric and alive. Blue crewmate, despite his armless body, somehow managed to snag crucial rebounds, tipping the ball to his teammates with uncanny precision. As the third quarter wound down, the teams found themselves deadlocked. The scoreboard told the tale. Turkey 70, Germany 70. 1 quarter left to decide it all. The championship, the glory, everything on the line. The final quarter began, and Germany struck first. Green crewmate, defying all laws of physics, drilled a three-pointer from the wing. The German bench erupted, waving towels and jumping with joy. Moments later, purple crewmate snagged the steal, racing down the court for an easy layup. In the blink of an eye, Germany had seized a 75-70 lead. The German fans were in a frenzy, sensing victory within their grasp. But Turkey wasn't done, not by a long shot. Alperen Kangun planted himself in the paint like an immovable mountain. He spun, he pump-faked, he dropped in baskets with authority. The Turkish faithful roared their approval with each made shot. Beside him, red crewmate hustled into passing lanes, his jelly bean body a blur of motion. And then, in a moment that defied explanation, blue crewmate somehow made a contested mid-range shot despite having no arms to shoot with. Physics is crying, but the scoreboard doesn't lie, the announcer quipped, his voice barely audible over the crowd's disbelieving cheers. With that improbable basket, Turkey had clawed their way back. The score, 77-77, tied once again, with the clock ticking down relentlessly. The final 2 minutes arrived, bringing with them a crescendo of drama. The crowd grew louder with each possession, every dribble echoing like a thunderous heartbeat throughout the arena. Alperen scored again, putting Turkey up by 2, but Germany answered right back with a tough jumper. Tied once more, with 1 minute left, yellow crewmate provided a moment of pure hustle as a loose ball skittered across the court. The armless crewmate dove, sliding across the hardwood like a penguin on ice. Somehow, impossibly, yellow managed to tip the ball to a teammate. The Turkish fans roared their approval, appreciating the all-out effort. The scoreboard told the tale. Turkey 86, Germany 86. 60 seconds left to decide a champion. As the final seconds ticked away, Alperen Kangun drew a crucial foul. The arena fell silent as he stepped to the free throw line. The weight of an entire nation rested on his broad shoulders. He took a deep breath, bounced the ball twice, and let it fly. Swish. The first shot was pure. Turkey took the lead, 87-86. The second shot rattled around the rim, teasing the crowd before finally falling out. Germany snagged the rebound, and suddenly, the momentum shifted once more. The clock became the enemy of Turkey and the ally of Germany. 10 seconds left, 9-8. Germany raced up the court, desperation fueling their every move. Black crewmate, using his sturdy jelly bean frame, set a crushing screen. Germany's star guard, freed from his defender, pulled up for a three-pointer. Blue crewmate, despite his lack of arms, somehow managed to contest the shot. Leaping with all his might, the ball soared high, hanging in the air for what felt like an eternity. The buzzer blared, its harsh sound cutting through the tense silence. And then, swish, the net rippled as the ball fell through. Germany 89, Turkey 87. In an instant, the arena exploded into chaos. German fans stormed the court, their jubilant cries drowning out all other sound. The Turkish players collapsed to the floor in disbelief, the agony of defeat etched across their faces. Red crewmate sat on the court, his normally shiny visor tilted down in exhaustion and disappointment. Blue crewmate, in a rare display of emotion for the usually stoic beings, kicked at the air in frustration. But amidst the swirling emotions, one moment of beauty emerged. The announcer's voice boomed through the arena, somehow cutting through the cacophony. Ladies and gentlemen, the tournament MVP Alperen Kungun. In that instant, something magical happened. The crowd, both Turkish and German fans alike, rose to their feet as one. A thunderous applause filled the arena, a show of respect for a player who had left everything on the court. Even Purple crewmate, still celebrating with his German teammates, took a moment to waddle over to Alperen. The armless being somehow managed to pat the towering center on the back, a gesture that spoke volumes about sportsmanship and mutual respect. As the applause continued, the announcer's voice rang out once more. They may have lost the final battle, but Alperen Kungun and the Turkish crew have won the hearts of everyone tonight. It was true. While Germany celebrated their hard-fought victory, hoisting the championship trophy high, Turkey walked away with something perhaps even more valuable. They had earned the respect and admiration of basketball fans around the world. They had played with heart, with passion, and with an indomitable spirit. And in Alperen Kungun, they had found a true hero, a player who had given his all, who had carried his team to the brink of glory. As he stood there, accepting the MVP trophy with grace and humility, it was clear that this was just the beginning for the young star. The final buzzer may have sounded, but the story of Alperen Kungun and this unforgettable Turkish team was far from over. They had etched their names into Eurobasket lore, creating memories that would be talked about for years to come. As the arena slowly emptied, the crewmates from both teams gathered at center court. Despite their lack of facial features, you could sense the mix of emotions: joy, disappointment, exhaustion, and pride. They had been part of something truly special, a game that would go down in history. Green crewmate attempted to high-five yellow crewmate before remembering their lack of hands. Instead, they simply bumped visors, a gesture that somehow captured the spirit of the entire tournament. As the lights dimmed and the last echoes of the crowd faded away, one thing was certain. This Eurobasket final will be remembered not just for its thrilling conclusion, but for the heart, determination, and sheer improbability of it all. Turkey may not have won the gold, but in the hearts of basketball fans everywhere, they had achieved something far more lasting. They had become legends. Welcome back to the chaos of space, where the Among Us crew are now stranded on the cursed planet Earth. You'd think the crew would be taking a break after the adrenaline rush of Barcelona and Real Madrid's El Clasico, followed by the Eurobasket final. Maybe enjoy some peace and quiet or watch some paint dry. But no, fate had other plans. As the spaceship drifted closer to Ireland, a strange signal buzzed on the comms. Haunted cliffs, lighthouse failure, approach with caution. As soon as they heard haunted cliffs, they all turned to each other and said, "Road trip." So without wasting any more time, the crew quickly made their way to Old Head, where they would soon learn that sometimes reality can be scarier than fiction. Our story begins as the Among Us crew disembarked on the rugged Irish coast. The wind howled, seagulls screamed, and waves smashed against the rocky cliffs. The Old Head lighthouse stood tall in the mist, flickering like it had been powered by a potato battery. It was clear that this place was no stranger to spooky tales. Red crewmate stepped forward, his antenna twitching nervously. "All right, team. Remember, this is just a simple recon mission and out. No funny business." Blue crewmate adjusted his visor, his reflection showing a determined look. "No funny business? We're literally walking into a ghost story." Green crewmate gulped, trying to hide behind yellow crewmate. "Don't worry, I got us covered. Worst case scenario, we get eaten by a banshee. Easy fix." The others groaned at yellow's lack of concern. As they approached the lighthouse, the group split in two. Team Lighthouse, consisting of red, blue, and green, started climbing the path toward the beacon. Meanwhile, Team Seaside, consisting of yellow, purple, and black, ventured toward the rocky tide pools, eager to explore every nook and cranny of the area. Soon after splitting up, the teams encountered different challenges. As red, blue, and green trudged upward, the fog thickened and the lighthouse moaned with the wind. Suddenly, green crewmate stopped in his tracks, his visor wide with fear. "So, if a ghost pops out, what's the plan?" Red crewmate, ever the leader, quickly formulated a strategy. "Scream. Then run." Blue crewmate nodded, agreeing with the plan. "Great, my specialty." Green crewmate looked unconvinced but decided to trust his crewmates. They continued their journey to the lighthouse, hoping there wouldn't be any unexpected visitors. Meanwhile, as yellow, purple, and black explored the seaside, the waves crashed violently against the rocks. The salty spray of the ocean stung their visors as they searched for signs of the ghost of Kinsale. "This place is giving me the creeps," admitted purple crewmate, adjusting their visor nervously. "Why do I feel like I'm in a cheap horror film?" Black crewmate, always the pragmatic one, replied, "Because you are. We're the expendable characters." Yellow crewmate, confident and brave, retorted, "Speak for yourself. I'm main character material." Just then, a pale light shimmered through the mist. The three friends froze, their eyes fixed on the eerie glow. "There it is, the ghost of Kinsale," exclaimed yellow crewmate, pointing towards the light. Purple and black crewmates cautiously approached the figure, their antennas trembling. As the ghost drew closer, they could see that it wasn't a human-like apparition. Instead, it was a bird-sized imposter wannabe wearing a shiny visor shard on its head, which glowed from the algae. The crew let out a sigh of relief, slightly disappointed that it wasn't a ghost, but also grateful that it wasn't a threat. "Are you kidding me?" asked yellow crewmate, a hint of disbelief in their voice. "That's the terrifying specter." Purple crewmate couldn't help but chuckle. "A bird with bad fashion sense." Black crewmate, still slightly shaken, muttered, "Well, I'm still scared. That's nightmare fuel." And with that, the trio continued their exploration of the mysterious cliffs. Meanwhile, at the top of the hill, red, blue, and green crewmate reached the lighthouse. Sparks hissed from the old machinery, and wires dangled like noodles. "Oh no," blue crewmate exclaimed, recognizing the danger. "I've seen this before. This is a task." Red crewmate nodded, understanding the gravity of the situation. "Yep, the real ghost here is broken wiring." Green crewmate chimed in, "Honestly, scarier than any banshee." Blue crewmate grabbed the toolbox and started working on the repairs. "Everywhere we go, it's wires. Wires in medbay, wires in security, now wires in a lighthouse. I'm losing it," he muttered to himself. Red crewmate placed a hand on Blue's shoulder, offering support. "Focus. If we don't fix this, ships will crash on the rocks." Blue crewmate took a deep breath, calming down. "Right, of course. We have to do this." Green crewmate joined Blue, helping with the repairs while Red kept a lookout. As they worked, the scene below them started to shift. Seagull crewmate waddled away, its algae-covered feathers sparkling in the fading light. Suddenly, a loud screech echoed across the cliffs. "HH, get IT off." Yellow crewmate shouted, flailing their arms in the air. "It thinks you're bread," Purple crewmate called out, chuckling. "Well, technically you are toast," Black crewmate added with a grin, startled by the commotion. Blue crewmate accidentally crossed the wrong wires. The beacon flickered wildly, flashing Morse code nonsense into the sea. "What did you do?" Red crewmate exclaimed in surprise. "It's fine," Blue crewmate replied, trying to keep calm. "Totally under control. Mostly," Green crewmate gasped, realizing the gravity of the situation. "That's not Morse code. That's a scream for help." Red crewmate knew they had to act fast. "Quick! Someone call the Coast Guard," they said, grabbing the radio. As the crew scrambled to fix the situation, the lighthouse beam remained erratic, sending a distress signal out into the darkness. The wind howled, whipping around the old tower as the crew raced against time to stabilize the beam and save anyone who might be approaching the treacherous coast. With the lives of potential shipwrecked sailors hanging in the balance, the Among Us crew faced the consequences of their actions, proving that sometimes the greatest horrors come not from ghosts, but from themselves. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the cliffs, the crew struggled to repair the damage caused by Blue crewmate's accidental miswiring. Sparks flew as they wrestled with the old, corroded system. Finally, with a jolt and a hiss, the lighthouse sprang back to life. Its steady beam sliced through the darkness, a reassuring presence over the crashing waves. The cliffs bathed in the warm glow of safety. Down at the shore, Yellow crewmate wiped the sweat from their brow. "Well, case closed. No ghost. Just bad wiring and a bird." Purple crewmate nodded in agreement, still slightly shaken by the experience. "Honestly, that's scarier than a ghost." Black crewmate couldn't help but tease. "At least ghosts don't poop on your spacesuit." And with that, the crew began their journey back to the ship, leaving the old head of Kinsale to stand watch over the restless sea. As the Among Us crew departed the old head, they couldn't shake the feeling that they had barely scratched the surface of the mysteries that Earth held. Their adventure in Ireland had been filled with unexpected twists, from the ghostly apparition to the lighthouse crisis, proving that even in the mundane, the extraordinary could be found. Now, as they prepared to leave, they couldn't help but wonder what new challenges and adventures awaited them in their next stop. One thing was certain, though. Wherever they went, they'd face it together, united by their experiences and ready to tackle whatever came next. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this special episode of Space, where the Among Us crew encounters the legend of the Ghost of Kinsale. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of these fun adventures. Until next time, keep exploring the galaxy and stay tuned for more updates. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next video. If you thought haunted Irish cliffs were bad, wait until you hear about the time our beloved crew decided to explore Antarctica. That's right, the coldest, iciest, least hospitable place on Earth. And our jellybean astronauts thought it would be fun. The spaceship touched down on a vast sheet of snow and ice, winds howling like a broken siren. As the crew stepped out, the biting cold hit them like a slap to the face. Red shivered, his visor already frosting over. "Guys, I'm having second thoughts about this whole adventure thing." Blue, ever the optimist, bounced excitedly. "Come on, it'll be great. Think of all the snow we'll see." The wind chose that moment to pick up, nearly knocking them over. Purple, in a moment of pure slapstick, dramatically face-planted into the snow before even taking 10 steps. Yellow helped Purple up, muttering, "Great start." Really inspiring confidence here. As they trudged forward, squinting against the blinding white landscape, a strange shape appeared in the snow. Green pointed, his voice wavering. "Wait, is that a polar bear?" The shape got closer, waddling side to side. Black squinted, then groaned, "Oh no, it's worse. Penguins." Sure enough, A whole squadron of penguins surrounded them, staring like they'd found alien jelly beans on their turf. The birds tilted their heads, equally confused by the colorful intruders. "Quick, do something. They're multiplying." Red panicked as more penguins waddled over the horizon. Blue, in a moment of questionable brilliance, suggested, "Don't panic, just blend in." The crewmates began waddling like penguins, arms tucked to their sides, which, given their lack of arms, wasn't hard. It did not help. If anything, the penguins looked even more judgmental, desperate to escape their tuxedoed audience. The crew tried moving across the frozen landscape. The ice creaked ominously beneath their feet. Purple, still brushing snow off his suit, paused. I think this iceberg is hollow." Green waved off the concern. "No worries. It's probably fine." The universe, ever eager to prove Green wrong, chose that moment to intervene. The ground suddenly gave way, and they all slid down into a massive underground ice cavern, their screams echoing off the frozen walls. As they tumbled to a stop, the crew found themselves in a glittering wonderland of icicles and frozen tunnels. And there, half buried in the ice, was what looked suspiciously like a crashed research outpost. Yellow groaned, "Great, we found the Antarctic DLC map." Black, ever the pessimist, muttered, "Bet the imposter already lives down here." The others shot him annoyed looks, but nervously glanced around all the same. Inside the ruined outpost, the power was out. A console blinked faintly with frost, barely visible in the dim blue light filtering through the ice above. Red pointed dramatically. "This is it. The task. Restart the generator." Blue's enthusiasm finally wavered. "In Antarctica, with frozen fingers I don't even have." Nevertheless, the crew began fumbling, with switches and wires, of course. The more they messed up, the colder the cavern seemed to get. Purple, teeth chattering, complained, "Guys, if we don't fix this, we're going to be popsicles." Green, ever helpful, replied, "Good news. I already feel like a popsicle." After 3 failed attempts, involving crossed wires, accidental shocks, and one very unfortunate incident with Yellow's backside and an icicle, sparks finally flew. The sudden burst of electricity startled the penguins that had followed them down. The whole cavern echoed with indignant squawks. The noise triggered a mini avalanche inside the cavern. Ice chunks rained down as the crew scrambled for safety. "Move, move, move," Red shouted, pushing the others towards a narrow tunnel. Black, sliding on his belly like a pro, yelled, "I told you this was a bad idea." Yellow, bringing up the rear, added his own priorities. "If I die, bury me with snacks." The crew finally slid out of the cavern through the tunnel and landed face first in a snowbank. Behind them, the cavern collapsed completely, sealing the penguins inside, who looked very annoyed, but ultimately unharmed. The crewmates lay there for a moment, catching their breath and wondering how their lives had led to this particular moment. Back at the spaceship, the crew huddled together, shivering and covered in a fine layer of frost. Blue, his eternal optimism finally cracking, muttered, "Well, that was the coldest L of my life." Purple, somehow still finding humor in the situation, replied, "We survived frostbite, penguins, and falling ice. Pretty average Tuesday, honestly." Red, taking on the role of voice of reason for once, declared, "Reminder for the log. Never return to Antarctica. Ever." The others nodded vigorously, still too cold to speak. Green, however, couldn't resist adding, "Agreed. Unless we bring hot chocolate next time." The glares he received could have melted the entire continent. As they prepared for takeoff, Yellow couldn't help but reflect on their misadventure. You know, for a place with so much ice, we really weren't very cool down there. Groans echoed through the ship, but secretly, everyone was glad for the moment of levity. The engines fired, lifting the ship away from the icy wasteland. Antarctica was safe once again, not from nature, but from the crew's terrible survival instincts. As they ascended into the atmosphere, the continent shrank beneath them, a pristine white expanse marred only by the small crater where their cavern adventure had played out. Purple, staring out the window, mused, "You think those penguins will tell stories about us? The day colorful skybeams fell from above and caused chaos?" Black snorted, more like warnings. "Beware the clumsy invaders who can't even walk on ice." Red, still trying to warm up, added, "Let's hope they don't have any way to contact other animals. I don't want to be banned from every continent." The mental image of a penguin issuing a travel advisory against jellybean astronauts was almost too much to bear. As the ship settled into its flight path, the crew began to relax. The warmth of the cabin slowly seeped into their frozen bodies, and with it came a sense of accomplishment. Sure, they hadn't exactly conquered Antarctica, but they had survived it. That had to count for something, right? Blue, ever the cheerleader, tried to rally the troops. "Come on, guys. Think of the story we'll have to tell when we get back." Yellow raised an eyebrow, or would have, if he had any. "You mean the story of how we nearly became permanent ice sculptures?" "Yeah, can't wait to share that one." Green, who had been suspiciously quiet, suddenly perked up. "Hey, you know what would be really cool? If we went to the Sahara next. It's like the opposite of Antarctica, right?" The silence that followed was deafening. Then, as one, the entire crew turned to stare at him. "Absolutely not," Red said firmly. "No more extreme climates. No more cool ideas. Our next stop is going to be somewhere nice and boring. Maybe a small town with a quaint library." The others nodded enthusiastically, suddenly very interested in the idea of a quiet, danger-free excursion. As the ship cruised through the upper atmosphere, the crew settled in for the journey home. They may have been a bit worse for wear, but they were alive, together, and had a story that would be hard to top though knowing them. They'd probably try. And so, day 25 ended not with glory, but with frozen toes and bruised pride. But knowing this crew, their next stop will be just as ridiculous if not worse. As they drifted off to sleep, dreams of penguins, ice caves, and inexplicably working generators filled their heads. Tomorrow would bring new adventures, new tasks, and hopefully, significantly warmer temperatures. For now, though, they were content to leave Antarctica behind, a frozen memory of a day when even the simplest task turned into a comedy of errors. As the ship disappeared into the night sky, a lone penguin waddled out onto the ice, looked up at the stars, and wondered if it had imagined the whole thing. With a shrug as much as a penguin can shrug, it turned and waddled back to its colony, ready to share the tale of the day the sky dropped jellybeans. When the crew said, "Let's visit Egypt," Red thought it would be a calm, educational trip. But with these jellybeans, educational usually means nearly cursed forever. And today, the pyramids were waiting. The spaceship landed awkwardly in the desert, sand whipped in the wind, making out the familiar crewmates standing before the majestic pyramids of Giza. There was Red, always eager for exploration. Blue, never far from a panic button. Yellow, seeking sugary delights wherever possible. Green, ready to face whatever danger lurked nearby. Black, stoic and ready for anything. And finally, Purple, convinced they'd all just signed their own death warrants. Red, all right, stay calm, stay smart. We're here to explore, not destroy. Blue, first step, sunscreen. Second step, panic. Yellow, forget sunscreen. I need a slushy machine. Behind them, the massive pyramid of Khufu loomed in the sunlight. It was time to enter the ancient structure and uncover its secrets. But first, a quick game of red, yellow, green, blue, black, purple, crewmate, human, alien, monster. Yellow was chosen, so they had to stand really still while the others ran past. Yellow, I'm too slow. Please stop running. Oh dear. It seems that someone has wandered dangerously close to the edge of the cliff. Will they make it back in time? After a tense moment, everyone made it back safely. They all took a deep breath and prepared themselves for what lay ahead. As they rounded a corner, they spotted something peculiar. It was a narrow passageway carved into the side of the pyramid. The opening was just big enough for them to squeeze through. As they cautiously entered, dust rained down from the ceiling and their visors fogged up. The air was thick with the scent of old ages. Black, this is fine. Totally safe. Zero chance of ancient curses. Black squeezed past the others, his sleek black body gliding effortlessly through the tight space. He was followed closely by Purple, whose bulky spacesuit made the maneuver a bit more awkward. Purple, if a mummy shows up, I'm speedrunning out of here. Their progress was slow and they had to watch their steps carefully. Suddenly, the passage opened up into a massive chamber. The air grew colder and the crewmates huddled closer together. They gasped as their visors cleared, revealing hieroglyphics covering every inch of the walls. The images told stories of pharaohs, gods, and suspicious figures lurking in the shadows. Yellow, oh guys, are we already in the lore? Before anyone could respond, the ground beneath them rumbled. The crewmates jumped in surprise as the floor tiles shifted. A giant stone block fell from the ceiling, narrowly missing Blue. Blue, I knew this was a bad airman. Red quickly shouted instructions. Red crewmate, stay on the safe tiles. The crewmates looked down at their feet, realizing the tiles had formed a kind of puzzle. They needed to carefully navigate the shifting floor to avoid the falling debris. Purple, being the smallest, squeezed between two tiles. But as soon as he moved, spears shot out of the wall, narrowly missing their visor. Purple, okay, lesson learned. Don't jump around like it's a dance floor. They continued on, each step echoing ominously in the vast chamber. The air hung heavy with anticipation as they made their way deeper into the pyramid. Suddenly, the path split into three. The crewmates exchanged nervous glances. Green, so who wants to win the race to the other side? Black, you guys go ahead. I think I hear something. As the others cautiously crept forward, Black stayed behind, listening intently. His visor reflected the flickering torchlight as he strained to hear over the sound of their hearts pounding in their helmets. Before anyone could speak, the ground rumbled again. The crewmates froze, their visors reflecting the panic in each other's eyes. Green, you HO. It's coming this way. They had to hurry. The ancient traps of the pyramid were no joke. They needed to escape before it was too late. As they ran, they could hear the stone blocks crashing behind them. Yellow stumbled, but Blue was right behind him and helped him up. Blue, we won't make it. The exit seemed impossibly far away. With each step, the sound of the pursuing stones grew louder. Yellow, wait. I think I see a vent. They raced toward it, hoping it would lead them to safety. Squeezing through the narrow opening, they tumbled out into another chamber. Out of breath, they looked back to see the pyramid sealing itself behind them. They had escaped the collapsing tunnels just in the nick of time. Panting heavily, they stood amidst the ruins, coughing sand. The sky was darkening, signaling the end of their adventure for the day. As they admired the majestic pyramids from a distance, exhaustion tugged at their limbs. They had braved treacherous traps and narrowly escaped crumbling chambers. Purple, okay. Maybe. Let's stick to theme parks from now on. Despite the close call, there was a hint of a smile in their voice. The adrenaline was starting to fade, leaving behind a mix of relief and exhaustion. Red agreed. Add Egypt to the never-return list. Red scratched his helmet sheepishly. Even he had to admit that ancient curses were more trouble than they were worth. Yellow, unless there's treasure, then maybe one more try. Yellow's eyes twinkled with mischief. The allure of shiny trinkets was hard to resist. Black, I'm just glad we're out of there. Black dusted himself off, his visor reflecting the fading light of day. He silently vowed to stick to simpler adventures in the future. Blue. Yeah, me too. That was a close one. Blue let out a shaky breath, his earlier panic replaced by gratitude for their narrow escape. Green. Anyone else feel like we just barely survived an Egyptian death game? Green shivered, pulling his spacesuit a little tighter. Maybe some mysteries were best left unsolved. As the spaceship lifted off, the pyramids glowed against the backdrop of the setting sun. The crewmates huddled inside, shaken but safe. They had witnessed the wonders and dangers of ancient Egypt, and they wouldn't soon forget it. In the dimly lit interior of the ship, they recounted the day's events, each squeak and groan of the spaceship adding to the atmosphere of suspense. Purple, who knows? Maybe we did wake up the pharaoh. I mean, those statues' eyes totally glowed. Purple's voice was hushed, his usual bravado replaced by genuine fear. The thought of an ancient pharaoh's wrath was enough to chill them to the bone. Red, don't be ridiculous. Pharaohs are just myths, right? Red forced a chuckle, but his voice lacked its usual confidence. The weight of Purple's words hung in the air. Black. Guys, we don't know what's down there. We should have listened to the warning signs. Black's normally calm voice was edged with tension. It was rare to hear him so rattled. Yellow, I couldn't agree more. But come on, we had to check out that secret passage. Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. Yellow shrugged, trying to lighten the mood. But the others weren't buying it. Blue, just because we got out of there doesn't mean we didn't wake something up. We might have unleashed an ancient evil upon the world. Blue's visor was grim, his usual cheerfulness abandoned, the playful glint in his eyes replaced by a worried frown. As the ship hurtled through the star-studded sky, the crewmates were left to ponder the mysteries of the pyramid. The gentle hum of the engines, providing a stark contrast to the unsettling questions that echoed in their minds. Green. Maybe we should leave the exploring to the professionals. We almost became part of the exhibit ourselves. Green shivered, pulling his spacesuit a little tighter. The thought of being trapped forever in a tomb sent a chill down his spine. Red, well, there's no turning back now. We've seen what is behind those pyramids, and I think we all secretly kind of loved it. Red forced a smile, but it didn't reach his eyes. The thrill of the adventure was undeniable, but the potential consequences still lingered in the back of his mind. The faint glow of the distant pyramids served as a reminder of their harrowing experience. The crewmates were united in their relief to be far away from the clutches of the ancient trap. Red, and hey, at least we're in the medbay now. No one can get hurt here. As Red spoke, the crewmates slowly relaxed, their bodies slumping with exhaustion. But even in their fatigue, they couldn't shake the feeling that they had just barely escaped the clutches of something ancient and malevolent. And thus, Day 26 ended not with riches, but with panic, sand in their visors, and one more cursed memory to add to the logbook. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to subscribe, I'd be happy to have you. It was the 27th day of the crew's chaotic journey. Their spaceship touched down in the middle of the Amazon rainforest, a sea of green stretching endlessly in every direction. This was not going to be an easy adventure. The jungle had its own rules, and the crew was about to learn them the hard way. The ramp of their vessel hissed as it lowered, revealing a wall of dense, humid air. The crew, a collection of colorful, jelly bean-shaped astronauts, stepped out one by one. Their simple cartoony forms a stark contrast to the complex wilderness. Red, with a glossy suit, was the first to speak. It's hot. It's sticky, and something just bit me. Red wiggled slightly, the discomfort clear even without facial expressions. Yellow, ever the optimist, scanned the towering trees and vibrant foliage. Relax. It's just nature saying hello. Probably. Blue, however, was already swatting at unseen insects buzzing around their large, reflective visor. Yeah, except nature is buzzing, stinging, and trying to eat us alive. With a collective sigh, they began their march into the thick forest. The jungle was an overwhelming sensory experience. Vines, thick as ropes, hung down like snares, and strange, unidentifiable sounds echoed through the canopy, creating a chorus of the unknown. Green, walking cautiously, looked at the others. Did anyone pack bug spray? Purple, who always had a peculiar solution for everything, patted their side. I brought ketchup. Does that count? Red stopped and turned, their visor reflecting the dense green surroundings. Only if the bugs want fries with us. Suddenly, a piercing squawk erupted from a branch just above their heads. A brilliantly colored parrot stared down at them, ruffling its feathers. The entire crew jumped, their stubby legs leaving the ground for a split second. Ah, it spoke. Did it just say sus? Yellow exclaimed, pointing a non-existent finger at the bird. Blue shook their head in disbelief. Great. Even the parrots think we're imposters. After what felt like an eternity of trekking through the undergrowth, they reached the banks of a wide, muddy river. A rickety rope bridge, swaying precariously in the gentle breeze, was their only path forward. The murky water below swirled with hidden dangers. Red, taking charge, pointed towards the bridge. Okay, one at a time, nice and easy. Purple peered into the brown water, a thoughtful glint in their visor. Or we could swim. Yellow recoiled dramatically. With piranhas, no thanks. Purple, I value my jelly bean legs. Deciding to risk the bridge, Red went first, testing each plank with careful steps. As the others followed, the ancient ropes groaned under their combined weight. A loud creak echoed across the river, and one of the support ropes frayed, sending a jolt of panic through the group. Green, halfway across, shouted back to the others. Hurry up, I can hear drums. Blue, right behind Green, gripped the ropes tightly. That's my heartbeat, buddy. They scrambled the rest of the way, collapsing onto the far bank, gasping for air. Their relief was short-lived. As they gathered their supplies, a troop of mischievous monkeys descended from the trees with lightning speed. Chattering and screeching, they snatched the crew's bags of food and vanished back into the canopy before anyone could react. Yellow stared up at the rustling leaves, their shoulders slumping. Hey, that was our lunch. Red threw their non-existent hands up in despair. We'll starve. We'll never make it. Purple, surprisingly calm, watched the monkeys disappear. On the bright side, at least they liked my cooking. Defeated and hungry, the crew pushed onward. Just as their morale hit rock bottom, they stumbled out of the dense foliage and into a hidden clearing. Before them stood a magnificent, ancient temple, its stone walls covered in a thick blanket of moss and vines. The air grew still and heavy. As they drew closer, they noticed intricate carvings adorning the structure. The symbols were alien, yet hauntingly familiar. One carving in particular made them all freeze. It was the unmistakable, jelly bean-shaped silhouette of a crewmate. Blue stepped forward, their voice a hushed whisper. Wait, is that us? Green ran a hand over the cool, mossy stone. Impossible. Unless we've been here before. Red's visor reflected the ominous carving, or worse. The jungle has always known about us. As the weight of their discovery settled, a deep, guttural roar echoed from the distance, so powerful it seemed to shake the very ground beneath their feet. The ancient temple vibrated, and loose stones crumbled from its highest points. The crew realized this was no ordinary expedition. The Amazon had mysteries they weren't ready to face, and they had just woken something up.